Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into some Friday TA. Alright guys, so this is going to be a shorter video because we have the weekly update coming out tomorrow. Alright, so we are going to take an in-depth view of the markets going into next week in tomorrow's video, and I am going to include 10 to 20 trade setups for us to be paying attention to going into next week. All right, and I do have something that is definitely set up. It is coiled the heck up. It's ready to explode, and I think it's calling our name. I'm going to share that one in this video at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so we are closing out the week here. It is also closing out the monthly candlestick over here, and I am just going to say we have bullish candlesticks. We have long lower wicks here on all four major indices. All right, so QQ pull back to the monthly 9 there, just like over here, except you printed that bullish candlestick off of there. What do you have over here on SPY? Same exact thing. What do you have over here on IWM? Oh yeah, again, same exact thing. DIA one more time, pull back to the 9, and you are closing out at a new monthly all-time high. We are probably going higher next month if I had to take a guess. All right, guys, we don't have anything to be bearish about on the larger time frames. The monthly and weekly time frames do not give us concern, and that is that. All right, now come back over here at QQ. I am going to point out, all right, it's really going to come down to how we close out into the end of the day here, right? So we have these great end of the day sells that we love to get some of the times, and it ruins the look of the weekly and daily candlesticks. You know, sometimes like what we had exactly yesterday. You had a really bullish look to you across the board, and I was saying in yesterday's video, guys, unless they do the thing they sometimes do, which is a rug pull into the close or a rug pull into the end of the week, guys, these daily and weekly candlesticks, these are set up to rip. What happened? We did get exactly that, all right? But he did pull back to the 9, and I do just want to, provide that as a focal point here, guys. You got underneath the daily 9, your short-term moving average, and you got back above it, and you were just flipping it, all right? So if you close out with that lower wick there, that is not going to be the worst look into next week, all right? So on the daily time frame, I am still just going to point out, guys, you really are still just consolidating here in this, I'm not going to call it a picture perfect falling wedge here, but I am definitely going to say you're, getting tighter here as you pull back. At some point, this is going to resolve itself. You did, get rejected here at the 0.786 fib. It makes sense, okay? This is where sellers were supposed to be stepping in, but you come over here to SPY and, you have a straight up 2 weeks of flatness here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. 9 trading sessions, okay? You're above the 9. And, if I had to take a guess, it is probably going to be resolving itself to the upside. I don't see why we would do this and then pull back. I just don't. And if we do end up getting that, it's probably going to go something like that and then like that. All right. We would just be sweeping liquidity to the downside. All right. Or maybe it's only, we just sweep the low of the range, which the low of the range is going to be 554.87. All right. So we're going to come down here the smaller time frames. I'm going to show you the levels that I am paying attention to today. All right. So we will start over here with SPY. Guys, we do have a case of golden pocket inception going on right here. So I'm going to take it off after I put it on. But, I will just show you guys what we're talking about real quick. All right. So on this rally, boom, you pull back to the golden pocket, and then on that sell, you then bounced into that golden pocket, and then on this bounce, you then pull back into this next golden pocket, and this is where we reside right now, guys. So this is where the action is. If you break under 558.32, we're probably coming down to 557.18, then 554.87 is underneath 557.18. You really don't have anything underneath here until all the way down here. So that's probably a move that takes place if 557.18 is lost. On the upside, 559.95 is your resistance. And then we have 562.10, 563.91, 565.16. QQQ. You also have the golden pocket inception. I'm just not going to take the time to go over it right now. I am just going to add that guy on right there. Guys, you break under 471. We're probably revisiting 469.38 down there. Low of yesterday's, trading session. And then underneath there, we have 467.94. Underneath there, 465.10. All right. On the upside as resistance, you have 472.47, 473.20, 473.82, and 475.56. Look at that. Look at that. Just scalping NQ. I was scalping along because of, the setup that was there. Thank Jesus I didn't wait for that one to play out. Took my 200 beans and ran. It was getting me tight. This thing was literally just consolidated doing absolutely nothing. All right, absolutely nothing. I entered somewhere over here and ended up selling. I think it was on this candle. The thing is doing absolutely nothing. All right, it's not giving us the best price action to go off of right now. Okay, but I just went over QQ. I went over SPY. Let's come over here to IWM, and I am just going to point out how you are, closing the week out here. It's not the best look. You do have 3 hours and 31 minutes left in the trading session, so 12:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hitting it with the early update because we do have the weekly update tomorrow, and that will definitely be covering all of the closing. Or it'll be covering all of the closes. It'll cover the price action after the closes. That is what I should have said. All right. But guys, all right, you came back from the dead here and you're just pulling back. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. I don't think it's going to lead to something like that. I think it's much more likely that we are going to start heading up here. But pull back, guys. It's not, it's not the end all be all here. It is just what comes with the territory. Things don't go up. They don't go straight down. We're still in that pullback phase over here on SPY in that, like I just pointed out, 2 weeks of consolidation. All right, so IWM's levels, what are we going to be paying attention to, guys? Support is going to be 217.72. Underneath there, 215.85, and then 212.25. On the upside, 219.11, 219.89, and 220.77. All right, so that's what you're watching. 222.47 is, of course, up there. But, we got a lot to get past before we start talking about that, okay? DIA. How are you closing here on the week, all right? You got a long-legged doji candlestick over there with, potentially a new weekly closing all-time high right there. Daily time frame, guys, you just got up here and you're pulling back. And, you're probably going to get buyers pushing you up, all right? I doubt this is all she wrote over here. Like, when you push all-time highs, guys, we can do this, but we were just stuck in this pattern where you were slightly pushed, breaking above all-time highs, and you were stuck in consolidation. You broke out of that over here, okay? I understand you came back into it, all right? But, odds are you continue higher from here. You get a pullback, but odds are you're not stopping up here with how this thing is looking. And again, I showed you the monthly candlesticks, guys. These things, all right? I'd compare them to something like that. All right, we literally do have a bullish looking, they're closing green on the month over here. It's not looking bad. All right, you got to really sell into the close here to ruin this monthly candlestick on all 4 major indices. Like, you just putting a hammer candlestick off of the monthly 9, you're probably getting some upside next month. All right, how much upside? I don't know. I'm just going to tell you, if we get a pullback sometime throughout the month, to start off the month, we'll be looking for it to get bought up because we're not looking for a bearish September. That is that. Just my opinion. Everything I share on this channel, just my opinion. All right, so VIX is perking up. That is something to note. You did have a hammer candlestick. All right, it did, it was in yesterday's intraday. You had a hammer forming over here. You ended up killing that hammer by the close, and then you went lower the following day. Let's see what happens at the close today. But if you do close out with that hammer candlestick, it's not going to be the worst look. All right, and VIX could, start smelling of a comeback story over here. All right, it's really not looking all too bad. And if you come over here to the hourly time frame, you actually do have a bullish divergence going on there. All right, so that is something to be noted. But yeah, close out with a daily hammer here, guys. We probably do get another VIX spike. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna show a bias here. People always like to say I show my bias, guys. I will read these charts how I see them, and that is that. I do my best to provide the info to you guys without a bias, and I think I do a good job at that. I think there's just some idiots that like to comment sometimes and get mad that they didn't see things go their way. But in reality, guys, it's my job to be unbiased, and that's that. I'm just going to call it like I see it. VIX, hammer candlestick, we'll go look back. Hammer candlesticks typically get a VIX spike. All right, you got a little more upside the following trading session right there. You got a little more upside, all right? Let's see if we can find another example, okay? We don't get them too often. Oh, you got a little more upside right here. You formed another hammer after that, and then you got some more upside. Not the worst close. You got some more upside. Hammer, got some more upside. So, people who say I'm biased, I don't understand you, Okay, I'm going to say you're probably just a noob in the market, and I understand your feelings are hurt in some way. But at the end of the day, 100%, I do definitely provide unbiased information. All right, just because everything is consolidating in a bullish manner, and I'm going to talk about it, does not mean I'm a perma bull. That's that. All right, but that's fixed for you guys. If it closes out as a hammer candlestick, we are weary going into Tuesday. Why do I say Tuesday? Because Monday is going to be closed. It is a national holiday. All right, so enjoy your long weekend, ladies and gents. All right, now let's hit it with the speed round. We're going to go over everything else. Then we've gone over the indices. I told you I want to keep this video short. It's currently 10 minutes. Let's try and do this within 5 minutes. Apple. All right, big sell after yesterday's, spinning top looking candlestick over there. All right, pull back to the 9, guys. The fact that you got above this 0.786 fib tells us to be bullish on this pullback. All right, it could pull back all the way over here to 222.27. And I would still say, hey, we're looking for that higher low on the pullback because you got above there. That's just, how things work with me. That is that. Okay, I don't, have the end all be all to the methods of reading charts, but I will definitely demonstrate how I do things in these videos 5 to 6 days a week. And if you do enjoy these, please remember to leave a like. It is, just showing the algorithm that, oh, yeah, this is not bad content. Let's push this content out to more people. All right. So if you want to support me, please just remember to leave a like. And I really do appreciate it. It means the world. All right. But that's how I'm seeing Apple right now, guys. In the weekly chart, it does look like it could be pulling back here. So that is that. Okay. But again, higher low. Amazon, now this is the one with the relative strength today. I taught someone the definition of relative strength today. But guys, all right, so what is relative strength, all right? When you have weak indices and you have a major component over there that should be selling with the indices, but it is rallying off of it instead, all right? Well, when there should be a lot of buying, should be a lot of selling pressure. When there is a lot of selling pressure, we could see, all right? Stock price should be going down. Well, if it's going up, you have an equivalent buyer there. That's the relative strength. If you see the markets turn around, then you have double the buying pressure. So when you hear me talk about that, that is all that means. Okay. But yeah, Amazon was the one of the day showing that relative strength. And, I don't know how you're going to close out here, but I could definitely tell you right here, you got this downtrend you're watching. You got on the hourly time frame. You have this inverse head and shoulders pattern going on right here. I pointed it out on the Twitter. Go down in the description below, right below, and go click on the Twitter link, and you can go follow me over on Twitter so you can get on the spot updates, chart updates, when I feel ever so generous over there to point out a setup. That is that. All right. But yeah, right here you got the break and retest off of Amazon. I actually took this one over here with weeklies. All right, 0 DTE in the challenge account. That was nice. I am just trying to bring that thing from 1,000, 10,000, and eventually maybe it'll be like my normal account. And hey, all right, then we could be chilling. Okay. But I just wanted to see if I could do it when you are just getting in and out on the same day. All right, and Amazon was my big player today. But yeah, guys, all right, you got this inverse head and shoulders pattern going on. You got the downtrend right above. Now, if you come into 176.80, you are looking for sellers to be stepping in there. You also have that downtrend that's going to align with this golden pocket. So we very likely do get the seller stepping in here. But let's say we don't. All right, let's say we don't. Let's say we even gap above it somehow. All right, from that point on, guys, we're coming to 181.22. 0.618 fib here is at 182. I'm going to be targeting 184.75. I pointed out this white line right here. This is, what really speaks to me, right? This is where you got a lot of reactions here. It's in that golden pocket. You could find sellers here, but in the end, I think you get up here. Amazon, that is the one that I will be focusing on until we, start approaching that trend line here. And then when we do get the breakout, that's really going to be the one I'm focused on, because that is going to be the, clear as day. Mag 7, this is the one with the setup. All right. Goog is also, not looking too bad. But again, you're just kind of consolidating here, pulled back to the golden pocket yesterday. Not looking too bad, but at the same time, all right, we're looking for the higher low. You got the downtrend break. That's why I say it's not looking too bad. But, on the smaller time frames, this thing definitely is just consistently making these, you got a low. You got a low. Let's start over here, right? You got a high. You got a low. You got a lower high. You got a, what is that, guys? Say it with me. Lower low. A lower high. Followed by a lower low. Lower high. Lower low. Lower high. Let's see if it turns into a lower low. Eventually that is going to change, and that is likely going to be the time when this starts reversing upwards. All right, but this kind of is just, I'm seeing the market as a whole right now. It's kind of just consolidating here. You got a few components pulling back, but in reality, we are seeing this across the board. Chop, 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 chop. That's what we got. Chop. All right, and look at that, 557.50. Ooh, ooh, zooey, mama. There you go. All right, so that is Google over there. Coming over here to Meta, guys, you're still just consolidating here. What I don't like about this is you broke down from this zone. You were starting to treat it as demand. You broke down from it, and now it is clearly flipped back into supply. Support is 510. Underneath there, you really have nothing until 492.39. Resistance, excuse me, is 518.34, and then 523.86. Microsoft, how we looking, guys? You were looking mighty fine yesterday, and as of today, things aren't closing out the best, right? So you got this consolidation, you got this rejection over here at the weekly 9 EMA on the, it's probably gonna get rejection with this weekly close here. Support, guys, is gonna be 413. I know you're like, we're gonna call that support because you're kind of still right on it. 413 underneath there, guys. What are we gonna be paying attention to? Down there, 410.25. Underneath 410.25. 451 is probably going to be probably coming down there. I mean, you also do have this low right here. Obviously, under 407.31, you have 404.51. All right, but if you start selling here, probably coming down here. Tessie, all right, Tesla, again with the downtrend break, just consolidating. I know, it's pulling back, but it is in the end just consolidating in a wedge-like manner, bull flag, wedge-like manner, whatever you want to look at this as. I don't think it looks the worst. All right, so that is something to point out. I'm still waiting for you to come down here. Okay, I could have swore I put an alert down there. Oh, it got hit on that one. All right, I'll put my alert right next to that so it won't get falsely hit like it did the other day. All right, but yeah, that's what I'm watching over here on Tessie, 270. If you hit there though, 199.60 is probably going to be tested. That's the golden pocket. All right, so those are the big boys, guys. Those are the big boys. Chips, how are we closing out, guys? You got this, again, just pulling back. I know it looks like, this is gnarly, okay? Maybe things can really heat up here and you flush. But at the end of the day, you are definitely pulling back in that controlled manner. It's not this impulsive manner that is just, really just wrecking the chart. It is literally something that's just taking time. It's pissing off both sides, and that's that's the dealer's job, guys. They're just doing what they got to do. That's really the market as a whole. That's its job, is to piss off the most amount of people. All right, that's why there's that saying, patience pay. I got I ordered them. I want to say it was a few weeks ago. I ordered some patience pays custom like bracelets, and I put a little fishy emblem on it just to remind myself to just keep swimming, because guys, sharks, great white sharks, they got to keep swimming or they die. All right, and in the end things will suck and you're not going to want to keep swimming, but if you just keep swimming, you're going to stay alive, and that means you can all right, you'll live to see another day. So just keep swimming, my friends, just keep swimming. NVIDIA, guys, how are we looking over here? I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. This is not what, some NVIDIA bulls are going to want to hear. You had a bull set up into earnings. Price imperfection over here. Got the rejection at this trend line, bottom of the range. All right. And yesterday's candlestick. And now you're down at 118.04 support. You are looking like you're going to fade that support and come down to 108.80. So that is, I know I'm the bearer of bad news. That sucks. And that's why I was saying in the beginning of the video, I don't get why people think I'm just a perma bull and I'm only like, someone was really mad yesterday and left the paragraph. He was like, you're misleading these good people. What are you talking about? I'm sharing my opinion here. And, just presenting what I see on the charts. There's nothing else to it. You're getting emotional, and that's that. That's that. All right. But underneath 118.04, you really have nothing to 108.80. So I do think that is probably going to be taking place. I know you're getting buyer stepping right here, but the fact that this thing looks like that, and then you come over here the weekly time frame and it's closing like that, that's not a good look. All right. And I know it's not closing yet. You still have 3 hours, 17 minutes, but it's still looking like that. Oh, we didn't do it in 5 minutes. We did it in 20. All right, Avgo, how you looking over here, guys? You flip that weekly 9. All right, certainly looking better than Nvidia, but you come over here to the daily time frame, you're still just getting a rejection here at 161.33, which means the door is closed to 166.85. Got to get above 161.33 or a move back up here, and then we could see what happens in the golden pocket again, because that is where we clear as they got sellers stepping in. So we're going to expect sellers up there until you can get above 173. All right. And that's why I was saying, guys, this is the market's job. It's, to take its dear sweet time here. Things don't go straight up. They don't go straight down. All right. And, vast majority of the time, you literally spend your time consolidating. All right. You see how, you have one big move down followed by a week of consolidation. Yes, you have these big moves, but in the end of the day, you still are consolidating, and then boom, you get the move down again. That only consists of 3 days. All right, so the vast majority of the time, you are going to be consolidating. That's still what we have here, okay? Until SPY does something about this range it's in, we're going to be consolidating. I'm sorry to say that, but that is how it is, okay? AMD, guys, you're underneath the daily 9. Levels to watch are 145.20, 143.25, 141.15. On the upside is resistance. We clear as day 3 days in a row. Do have sellers stepping in there. 148.78, 151.01, 153.64. SMCI, how are we looking over here, guys? You're still just, consolidating down here. I shared my thoughts in yesterday's video on this one. I have set my alert down here. I shared my buy zone down here. I will go heavy on this name if it gets down there with time, and I am going to ride that bad boy back up to, you catch that, you probably do get this move. That's a 30% move. Premiums are going to be adjusted for the price. If it gets down here, 30% gain is no joke over here on SMCI. Let's do it. All right, so that's really what I'm watching over on SMCI. I'm not going to, speak too much on it. Resistance, obviously, is 478.56. Support is 357, okay? You take out this low right here at 395.18, you're coming down to 357. That's that. TSM, how you looking? Again, with the consolidation, not spending time on this one. There's that. MU, all right, pull back to the golden pocket there. Okay, you rejected 97.69 resistance. Your support is 93.58. Resistance 97.69, above there 102.17, and then 105.72. Now on the downside, if you can't hold 93.58, you're coming down to 90.04. If that is not held, that is bad. All right, that means you're probably revisiting this low. And hey, all right, yeah, MU buyers are not having a good time, and they're, if you take out 90, you're gonna keep not having a good time. That's that. All right, yeah, you're probably gonna have a major bottom put in somewhere here, but you don't have anything telling you that it's going to be right now. And that is that. ARM, what do we got going on? More rejection from 135.41. All right, so that's where we expect sellers. You're still just in this range, guys. I know it's frustrating, right? But this is 2 weeks of range on most of these tickers we just covered. That's kind of how we're looking here. And some of these, ranges are descending. They're in little channels, or because, like what I like to call bullish consolidation patterns, right? Bull flag looking things or falling wedge looking things. But this thing is just straight up consolidating, guys. Play the range, okay? 125.98, bottom of the range. Top of the range, 135.41. Play the dang range. You look for longs down here. You look for shorts up here. Or you look for longs down here. You look to take profit up there. And then you can also short up here. And then you look to take profit down there. That's how you play the range. It's not complicated. Play it for the meantime, okay? Now, we're going to go over Henry's trade idea for the day. And I am excited on this one. And I debated just buying October 18th calls today. All right? I did not do it, though. Full disclosure. But I debated, and, I'm still just waiting. I'm still debating. I'm going to be completely honest, all right? This is a payday that I think is just kind of right around the corner. I think it's going to happen all at once, though. I think you get a gap and go. But that's why, I'm debating taking it in consolidation here, all right? Now, I know you're in the middle of the range. You have room to the bottom there. That's also the frustration right there, all right? So we're going to set an alert right there. But yeah, guys, you break above 174.64 with the daily close. You're coming up to 186.95, all right? That's what I'm looking for. You know what? I'm changing that level. It's going to be 185.76. That's where you're coming. All right, and this level I'm going to change right there, 181.08. All right, this is really the thing that I think is set to really go here on the weekly time frame. You retrace this whole move you had, okay? Keep in mind, bunch of consolidation, just broke up from that. You're just pulling back, guys. You're looking for the higher low on this larger time frame. Okay? Like a lot of people will say, oh, you made a lower low there. No. All right. In the grand scheme of things, big consolidation, falling wedge, breakout. This is your last major low. You could put it in anywhere over here, and this will look beyond sexy on the weekly and monthly time frame, in my personal opinion. All right. All you got to do is break out this freaking consolidation to the upside. If you break down, that is, that's kind of, I don't know, dude. I really want to take it, but at the same time, I think the smarter move is to wait for the breakout, because it could just break down, and I could be like, that's what I get. That is what I get for not waiting for the breakout. But at the same time, this thing just broke out of this downtrend. You found buyers at the major 0.618 fib from this whole rally up. All right, you held support, and now you're, just pulling back in this, bull flag like manner. It really looks like it's about to bust up. And when it busts up, it probably has a big move right around the corner, all the way up there. $14. All right. That is going to yield a large amount of gains. Okay. We're talking September 20 calls. All right. You just move like $5 to $7. You're up 100%. Okay. October calls. All right. You catch that $10 move. Now you're up 100%. Okay. So you catch the move from here up to here. You're up 100%. So that's really what I'm looking for. But yeah, just thought I'd definitely hammer it home over here. I've definitely kept it on your radar, but I'm saying this thing is going to snap pretty soon, and I'm here for it. We just got to remain patient here, and that's that. All right, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. We will have the weekly update out tomorrow. It will likely be out by noon tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. We will have 10 to 20 trade setups going into the following week for you. Yes, all for you and me. It's for all of us. It's our market preparation for the week. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you are new around these parts, I hope you come and hang out with us. I hope you stay with us. I think you're going to have a good time, and I think you will enjoy my work. All right. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your time. And with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your Friday. Keep in mind, guys, we have a long weekend. So if you're holding options over the weekend, you will have one extra day of theta decay. Just a reminder. All right. That being said, everybody have a lovely rest of their Friday. Peace.